Hey guys, so I have just tried to do this like 3 times and I think I'm a little rusty on recording YouTube videos, so just bear with me. Normally the content you guys will be used to from me is going to be gaming content, but I've started journaling and I really wanted to kind of explore that with you guys as a community. So if you're in my Discord, you already know this. But yeah, I'm just gonna show you a flip through of the couple of months that I've been journaling and how it's worked for me so far. Please excuse my grubby little fingers. But yeah, so I've been journaling since the very beginning of July, and which isn't that long, but I kind of wanted to give you guys like from a beginner to a beginner kind of thing. If you are a beginner, and if you're not, then disregard any of this. Also, sorry if the camera shakes at all. I've got it on a mount up here, but it's attached to my desk, and my desk is very wobbly, but this is what we're working with right now. I didn't want to spend a ton of money on a mount when I wasn't sure how I was going to do this. So we'll start off with I'm just going to flip through and then we'll talk about like what I like, what I don't like. So actually the first couple of pages, the spread that I have, we have a page that I love and use a lot and a page that I regret doing this way. So the grid spacing guide I actually got from Amanda Rach Lee. I think mine is definitely different, but basically it just like is a cheat sheet to flip back to and look back and see like 2 columns. If I want to do that is, 14 across and all that stuff. I can see how many, it's 40 down and 29 across, all of that stuff. So this is very helpful for separating boxes when I do that kind of thing. And then over here is something that you'll see in a lot of journals, whether that is on Pinterest or on YouTube or anything like that. It's a year at a glance. And I started mine in July, so I did a 6-month. And something that I would do differently, I don't think this is completely unusable for me, and I don't think that I'm not going to include it in future journals, but I think I'm definitely going to do one of the ones that I've seen where there's basically 3 columns on each page with the calendar and then tasks or events or anything like that comes up in those months. That way, it's called a future log, I believe, not a year at a glance. I would rather do a future log than a year at a glance because I feel like this format doesn't do anything for me. I have my phone, I can look at it, and normally I would say like something like this would kind of keep me off my phone because I find a lot of times I get on my phone and that distracts me from actually doing what I'm doing, but I'm finding myself going on my phone and not doing what I need to do even with this spread. So this format I would not do again. This, however, absolutely. And then we have my first calendar spread. I fell off crossing off the days up here, but I really kept up with it, just writing like things that were coming up that I needed to write down. Here's my first weekly that I did, and I found this did not work for me because I didn't have enough room and this kind of all felt cramped. And I've got some gratitude on here, like my little gratitude things and like a little rained up area, but this just didn't work. So for me personally, this format for a weekly did not work, but I do like my little rainbow theme. And then I've got a podcast planning page, which we'll just skip past real quickly. And then I've got this reading log, which I haven't used very much yet because I'm kind of in a reading slump, and I'm kind of always in a reading slump. But I did have a lot of fun drawing this, and I really do like this spread. So I just kind of drew in the books that I want to read through the year, and also just like cute things, and then left some space in case I read more, which again, I probably won't, but it's there in case I do. And then I've got this, which is just a little memory spread for July. And I've actually got this cute little, can y'all see that? It's a shark that my friend Sam got for me. And I made a little tab for it to go in, and now I can't get it to go back in. I made a little tab for it to pull out, which is really cool. And I don't know if you guys can see the base over here. Hopefully you can't, but if you can, I apologize. I've just got like my Black Widow tickets from when we went and saw Black Widow, a receipt for my husband's birthday, and a picture of my cat. And then here we've got our first, our second weekly, and it's a different format, and I did it like this. I did a little Dutch door with a quote on the back. This I found, I like it, and I liked doing the journaling, which I did here. I really liked that format, but I found that the reason there are lemons here is because I didn't fill Saturday in at all. I gave myself no tasks, and I always have something to do, so clearly I wasn't using it that much. And I found that I didn't have enough room because I didn't have a weekend time, so I actually had to end up filling my weekend stuff out down here. So this is a weekly format that, again, didn't work for me, but I still really like it. I think it's really pretty, so I did like a lemon theme. And then here we've got my fanfic log, which I think is important for someone like me that does read a lot of fanfic to kind of treat it with the same way that I would reading a book, because it's just as important. I mean, here I read a 312 word fic and a 60,000 word fic. Like, you know, it's important to track that and kind of keep track of that. So I've got this little note that says all I use are canon in the MCU, which, you know, they are now. And then here is just like a washi tape, like, throw on page with some stickers. I just kind of wanted to decorate and look at some of my washi tapes and all of that. So it's just like a fun collage page. And then over here is a spread that I found has helped me a ton, especially at the beginning when I was still closer to this page. I found that I fell off with it a little while since I like got farther along from this page, but at first this was really helpful. So I want to find a way to integrate this that I can, maybe I'll do it monthly. Like maybe I change some of them out monthly, but basically it's like starts with the really important stuff that's kind of like you really need to do this. It's like, did you eat something, brush your teeth, stretch your legs, have you read something, done your work, texted someone back, got dressed, made the bed. And like I kind of did it in a pyramid form that like these are the really important things, but it's okay if I just manage to make my bed and do some dishes that day. But it's just like a check-in for myself to see, have I done anything? And then here is a page that I don't regret doing this, but I definitely would say that I did this like performatively so that I could post it on Fan House. Basically, like, this is really cute and I like it and I think it's fun, but does it do anything for me productivity wise? Does it really spark joy? Not really. So it was fun to do. I had some fun doing it, and I did like kind of not teach myself to doodle some of these things, but I could have just looked it up. So that's not my favorite. I do, however, really like this page, which is just a handwriting practice. In case there are things you don't like about your handwriting, I definitely recommend having a page like this because you can just kind of write here and not have to worry about it and just kind of zone out and practice. I think I did like 5 lines a day. And then we have a packing list and a collage because I am British, actually. I am. Over here we have the next weekly, which I really liked this. I kept myself space to journal, like actually keep track of my day. And then over here we've got the weekly plans and like what my to-dos are. And I actually forgot to journal this day, but I just put a sticker there so that I could, you know, feel like there was still something there, but it was okay that I missed that day. You don't have to journal every single day, and it's okay if you miss one day. You haven't failed. And I feel like that's something that I definitely feel like sometimes if I miss one day of something, then I've completely fell off and failed it. And then I did the same thing the next week, which was actually the start of mine, Dylan's vacation. So you can see here, I filled these out, but they're vacation days. So I did the same thing, and I have a little quote here, just life begins at the end of your comfort zone because we were going on vacation. And then this is just like a memories page. This is really fun. I've got like a, one of our room key things, and then a picture of a bridge that we drove under. So none of these are like doxing me. Don't worry. I've covered up all the important things. And then this is my first like themed spread, if you will, like not themed spread, but like monthly theme. I just kind of wanted something like fun and summery and like cute. And this quote, rest is productivity, is actually from my friend Kai's YouTube video. I believe she said one of her friends says this. And this was really prevalent to me whenever I was going to be taking a break from streaming as well as going on vacation, like at the very beginning of this month. So I did that, did a little calendar here, which I don't think that's that helpful to me, but it looks cute. And then over here we have our habit tracker and my mood tracker, which I usually just do the dots and then fill the lines in a couple of days later. Like I do the dots because for some reason I find it easier just to do the dots and then go back and do the lines. But I will say I really like this mood tracker. I think it kind of shows, you know, what my mood is like. I actually have like the day my period started, so I can actually see like, okay, here's like my, like, you know, my cycle and how that affected my mood and all that stuff. The habit tracker, I will say, I think I'm going to try next month and do the individual habit trackers that I see that are like the little calendars, because I don't think this is the most effective way for me to do this, because there are days that I've done stuff, days I've missed. I actually like didn't do it the whole time we were on vacation because it would have been useless. I mean, I'm not doing dishes and I'm not exercising when I'm on vacation. And I haven't read except for one day. So that was, you know, I don't think this is that effective for me personally. Another calendar, which I do really like this calendar. And then over here, we've got just like when I was on vacation, I had like a specific, like I don't usually do dailies. I've been doing weeklies up to this point and having a small section for dailies, but we were on vacation, so I wanted to have more space. So I basically just like planned out like what I wanted to remember. So the weather and the distance we drove and like our favorite things. I have a little journaling thing here, which I covered up because, you know, I don't need to share everything with the internet. And then this is just like one of the days. And then the same thing over here is this. It's the same thing. This was the third day. And then this was when we were driving back. So you guys can kind of see that. I really like those spreads. And then over here was like a rest day that we had. And I like tore like a part of a dictionary out, like highlighted like vacation and all that stuff. And then over here, we've actually got, hold on, let me just, yeah, I've got a receipt here, which I think has some numbers on it that y'all don't need to see. I've got like another room key holder, and I actually like wrote my journal entry under this. So I thought that was pretty cute. And then it's just like another day of vacation. So you guys can see like I've really decorated those days because they were like really important days that I wanted to remember. And normally I wouldn't do that for the journal because like, I mean, normally I'm not out doing enough stuff that I need to actually document it, but I really wanted to remember this vacation. So over here, I've got a letter from my friend Paige that came in, and this is like an adorable little drawing she did for me. So this is another daily. And then these were the last set of dailies before vacation was over. And then, so I was actually on a stream break before any of this. So we're about to get into when I came back from my stream break and all the planning and stuff. So I wanted to go ahead and like kind of kickstart my creative process. So I've actually got like this video here on my video ideas page that I made. And then I've got this, which is one of my favorite spreads. I'm really enjoying it. I loved creating it. Like this was from my brain. I didn't find this on Pinterest or anything like that. It's just like, I called it the stream syllabus. So it's basically like what I'm streaming, what day, and for how long. So I can kind of keep track of what games really interest me, if I'm streaming them for longer, if I miss any days, because I stream 4 days a week. So I can kind of keep track of if I've missed a day based on like what day it is and all that stuff. And this is enough space for the streams to the end of the year. And then we come on our next week. And funnily enough, this is the first weekly that I found did not work for me at all. Like, I don't like it. I didn't have fun with it. It was boring, and I feel like I didn't leave myself enough time to, like, enough space or like room to decorate if I wanted to. This is my task list, which I actually found, this is not a rolling weekly. I want to try a rolling weekly, but I saw somebody else do like a weekly like this. Basically, like, if I have repeating tasks, I don't need to write them multiple times because I know that they repeat, but this didn't help me at all. I didn't find that this did anything for me. This was kind of like a mood tracker for the week, but again, this is just like colored washi tape. I didn't find that I was inclined to keep up with that. I actually missed a whole day of journaling with it. Got to where I wasn't erasing my guidelines, all of that stuff. It just was not the weekly for me. So up to this point, like the Dutch door is the best one that I had done. I really, really enjoyed that as far as weeklies go. Then I have this spread, which actually I just came up with because I decided that I wanted to fundraise for Black Girls Code through the end of August. So I knew that I had 2 weeks, which was 8 streams before the end of August. And basically I just went in and I just made a box for each stream, put the date, and then penciled in the planning in case any of that changed. So yeah, these are just those. And then over here is the weekly that I really, really have enjoyed. And I'm not going to use it again, and I'll tell you why. But I really, really enjoyed this. It was so fun. Basically what it is, and I got this from Plant-Based Bride is where I got the idea from. But basically, like, each day is split into a half column, or like a half page, right? So you got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then you've got Sunday is folded. Okay, so like normally it would be covered up. I wouldn't be able to see my task list, but you can, because it's over here, because you just fold it in half. And then when you get to Monday, you just fold it again. I love this. I love, 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 love it. And I'll tell you why I'm not going to use it again, at least not right now. And that is because I found that I just have too much space left. I like to fill my journal up. I don't like to have a lot of space left. And it's okay that if I do, but I don't like to have all the space left because I like to look at like full pages. So for me, this one is not going to be one that I'll continue unless I'm really busy one week. And then we're coming up towards the end of what I've done so far because we're getting into the very beginning of September, which is next week. But I've got, this is the weekly that I'm going with this time, and I think this is going to be the one for me. We'll see, but I think it's going to work really well. I'm just going to have my tasks that I need to do, any notes that I've got, and then per day I'll have the tasks that I need to do every day, and I'll see the whole week throughout. I actually start my weeks on Thursday, which is kind of weird, but that's how my schedule goes. And then I wanted to show you guys this because I think it's important. Obviously, my journal is not the most perfect or like beautiful handwriting or anything like that, but I feel like it is important just to show, like, not every spread is like meticulously planned out. I actually was on the phone with my dad yesterday asking him what Star Trek episodes we needed to watch, and he was telling me, and I grabbed my journal and just jotted it down. So this one isn't planned out. I added some cute little like sparkles, but there's not much structure here, and then I just have this whole blank page, which I'll probably fill something into, but if I don't, it's okay. It's totally okay. So yeah, that's my journal for now. I do have in the back, I've got a little envelope for important things, and then a test thing, which actually has my full name, so I don't need to show you guys that. But yeah, that's my journal. So again, I'm sorry for the shakiness of the mount. Bear with me as we kind of go through this journaling journey together. But yeah, you can see that my journal is about a third of the way full, and I started in July. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next journaling thing. Goodbye.